Good evening all. Welcome. I hope you can hear me on this evening. Thank you for coming and thank you for being and sharing your evening time. And we all know right now the market, in the sense of the economy, is back, and we are back at 1600 after a scare right bound at the bottom, but no problem tonight. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Kwong, Sabao, and also Tan. Thank you for your company tonight. Definitely we will have a very interesting talk, very timely too, which I was already in the notice board, on the SMARTRobie notice board, as well on the marketplace much earlier on the energy talk. That's right. Now really appreciate if you could share this video in your timeline, and we will get started, that's for sure, of all the interesting development that we've seen in the oil and gas sector, but being renamed of energy. But tonight also I'm going to bring to you with some interesting facts, so you can make the right decision going forward, whether this sector and this stock is right for you and how you can recuperate your losses. And also I'll definitely share with you one of the highlight of our trader new feature rollout, which I'm going to share with you tonight. Plenty of sharing in here and plenty of learning, and I hope you all will do that. Thank you everybody in here. So let's get started. Welcome everybody to our live Facebook, and of course we are very proud that we are rolling out our new Trade VSA Trader Dashboard. More on this coming later on the part here, so watch out the date, 6th of November. And again, we are back to what we talk about after the big gains that we've seen in the crude oil prices. Is energy stock something that we all should get into? Now, just a show of hands, those of you who are already in the energy stocks, just type 1 if you're already in the energy stocks. And for those of you who are first time listening to us, if you are first time listening to us, just type 2. Okay, so then we will know how we are catering to this crowd in here. Just type 1 if you already have some energy stocks, and type 2 if you are new in here. All right, great. Some of you already in the energy stocks. That's for good. So let's see how much of this rally will continue tonight by examining all the facts based on the research that is done by our Trade VSA research desk. That's right, there's in here. Now definitely continuing from this evening, also on the 16th of October, just right at the below on the comment section there, check it out please, is our Zoom session in the for the 16th of November. I posted that one on the 23rd, my apologies, but there's two, one on the 16th and one on the 23rd of October, which we're going to be talking about more long-term wealth building. So check it out in here. I will repost that again. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel in here. Tonight this video will be archived on our YouTube, and of course our Telegram chat room continue to give out a lot of free education information that you can hold, and also share that with your friend that will definitely benefit. And of course, the one that is making it very likely at almost free, at no cost at all, is our SMARTRobie or KLSE Investing Essential app. So download from the Google Play Store and Apple's Play Store, and you get updated. And do share with your friend. You will get additional 200 credit right now. So of course tonight let's look at where we are, right? And of course our new facelift in our Trade VSA definitely will give you, let's take a look at the very simplistic where we are right now. So I'm just going to bring this on my handphone here. You can also do that on your handphone. Just check it out where we are, so you can see this is the website. So far the KLCI is last night is 1583. Of course right now it's close about 1600, but you take note of this one. We did hit the green the red pentagon somewhere back in March. It's too small to see, but you can zoom it in there. But the green pentagon was spot on again. And let's look at what we have today. Looking at the, just scroll this up a bit here, we are up 16 point, touching 1600. So my fellow friends, do you think we're going to break higher way beyond 1600? Now I already talked about September and October, right? October being the bearish month and likely to be end of October. Are we seeing this double bottom that we see in here? What do you think? Just type it in there on the double bottom. And will we see this market rallying? Of course, everything is green. The plantation stocks finally hitting 5,000 in here. Again, I will talk also in relation to the energy stocks in here. So this, of course, this is where we are right now. So you can check this out on your handphone. Let me just, yeah, that's right, on your handphone here. Let me just close this back again. So 1600 level, 16 points up. And let's look at also where is the foreign funds. You can see foreign funds in here. They will continue 136, 129, 123 million and net profit, and also 148. Okay, so this is important in here. And of course, those of you who like our RHP Jewel 2021, the small cap stocks, there's a lot of intake in here. And not to forget, some of the big mover that we've seen benefited from the Pentagon guide. For those of you who have, congratulations, like Opcon triggered in the 7th of September, that has gone up 205%. Not to forget BSL Corp, that one is also 84%. Lcom, and of course you can always scroll up and down and look at that. Hibiscus, remember, Hibiscus was detected green Pentagon at what date was that? 13th of August and the 24th of August. So you do know energy sectors, Pentagon already come, but right now news come out late, isn't it, right? Almost 2 weeks to 3 weeks. 13th of August, you can see Hibiscus came out on that one, and also 27th of September. There's a lot of shakeout in there. Check it out in here. Yinsun also came out on 19th of August, and those are some of the big movers which I talk about in here. Of course, not all of them did move up. There are some smaller losses in here, but they are significantly just a small loss in here. So it pays dividend to follow the Pentagon guide that we have in here. So take note that this is absolutely free. You can really follow in here. And of course, the energy sector continued to be very strong. Plantation, Translog, that's the transportation. So take note of some of these on the second, third, and fourth tier that will soon come up too. So these are important in here, and we're going to talk about the other in the trader dashboard in here. But of course, whatever we have here is strictly free, that you can use it in your benefit. So that's a quick check on where we are right now in here. Of course, more things will be coming up shortly in here. So that's a quick check on our Trade VSA website for all the facts that we get. So after the big gain, are there still opportunity? Let's take a look right now. Now these are the comparison, some of the oil that we have, the crude oil that has gone up. You can see Coastal in the last 3 to 4 days. This is the one that makes significant here. Now take note, some of the early signs of the energy movement already started in January. Let me just switch on to the laser pointer here. So you can see right back in January, you could see the purple one is the crude oil prices. Now no doubt crude oil prices starting from January. Again, this is all in Trading View. You can get this absolutely for free. Later on, if I have time, I want to show you this. And the market has been going up from here all the way up to close to about 70% in here. Of course, there was a big drop in September, but the big pullback is going to here. We will examine some of the facts why this stock actually go higher. But Coastal contract, Hibiscus, has definitely gone up. Now, of course, many of you are saying, Martin, why are you showing stocks that already run? So got any other stock not yet run? Not. Yes, so stay back to the end. I'm going to show you how you can look for those stocks that hasn't run. But having said that, Coastal make a run up to about 70%, and that has caught many eye, and many of you are turning your attention usually from the rubber glove, from the tech stocks, now to the energy sectors. As I said before, the rotational sector of KLSE has been very beneficial, but you must have the right tools and the right strategy. If you can do that, I think you will make money. And later on, I'm going to share with you some of the trades that we have done using our fixed rule in here. Still decent profit, I would say, and we're going to be looking at some of the breakdown in there. And you can see Hibiscus is already up 50% over the last 2 weeks in here, but the Bursa energy index are slowly catching up. You can see from there right at the bottom in here. So what I'm trying to say, some of the early runner already run, but what do you think? I'm going to ask the audience in here. If energy stocks can go higher, where do you think? Will these stocks continue to move up? Type in 4 if you think the oil and gas has a bit more room going higher in here. Okay, so let's go on. Now, of course, why the rise in the energy stocks? As I said time and time again, it's quite important. One is the increased demand for the oil and gas. I think as the economy is opening up in here, the economy is going to have more air travel, more fuel, and this, in my opinion, will likely to continue. And also rising inflation. We have seen rising inflation in here. This is due to the bond yields being tapered off as US FOMC started tapering off. But more on that later in the further slides in here. So three main reasons why we are seeing the rise in the energy stock. But remember, this started in January 2021 based on the oil price, but we did not take notice of the energy movement not until we saw hibiscus up 50% and what the other one is coastal up 70% in here. Then we started to take note this, but always look at the bigger picture, which is the crude oil prices in here. Now, usually in extreme news, it's time to think to buy, but not yet. So we have to be very careful. We want to look at some of the facts and also look at these measures in here. Now, there are many oil and gas companies listed in the KLSE. This is just some of them in here. So many. Which one do you want to look at? Do we want to look at Barakat? Do we want to look at Amada, Charimin, Dayang, Delium, Destiny, Dialog, Handal, Hibiscus, MMH, Icon Berhad, Perdana, Serber Dynamics, Yinsun, Velestos, Usma? The list continue to go on. So what we're going to do is really going to break it down for you by looking at what we call the revenue stream. Now, there are three revenue stream. Take note, not just above me in here. The upstream, we call it number one first, so it's easy. Upstream, the number two, which is the midstream, and number three, it is the downstream. By breaking them, then you will know where the opportunity lies. Do why I say this makes sense or not? All right, if I do say this makes sense, just type 5 because I want to break it down so you can understand much better in here. All right, type it in there, and I hope my pace is coming in okay, and that is something that you all can follow, not too difficult, and move on. Let's move on to the next slide that we have. Now, of course, understanding these energy sectors it's really important for our long-term wealth building in here. All right, let's take a look at the upstream where we are just basically getting the oil off the ground. This is definitely offshore and onshore. Malaysia, we don't have onshore lah. That's the one you see, the pump jack. Remember the old TV show Dallas. Remember Dallas, Patrick Ewing, and who shot J.R. Ewing, right? That was my time when I was my high school days. They have this big pump, right? Like pump jack in the Texas. But we don't have that in Malaysia. Most of our oil are actually in the offshore. So you can see right above here is where we get all our gas offshores in here. Now, once you extracted the oil in here, you need to store them, right? Now, remember early on last year in December when the oil plummeted to minus $35, right? Minus $35. That was where people panicked, right? They never thought oil prices right now is $79 last 5 minute check US dollar, and it went down to minus 35. So because of oil having a negative, they still need place to store it. This is where the processing and the storage, and then finally the transportation, and after that you're talking about the distribution. So take note, we have upstream, midstream, and then downstream. It's very easy to understand. Just only tiga saja. Satu, dua, tiga. Try to make it very. So after they transport, this is where when you drive in the highway, you see Petronas tanker, you see Shell tanker, you see BHP tanker, right? The yellow, the blue, and the green one. That's where they distribute into your Petronas station. Now, just to show of hands, what kind of petrol do you pump? Just type it on the right hand side. If you pump BHP like me, I pump BHP. Just type in BHP. If you pump Petronas, type in Petronas. If you pump Petron, type in or if you pump Shell, type in Shell. Can you do that just to see what kind of petroleum you are using in your gas tank inside there? All right, so when it comes down to the downstream, right? All right, great. Well, a lot of people pump BHP, BHP, right? BHP used to be British Petroleum before they sold it to Ballsted. All right, some people pump Shell. Great. Shell, I think, is regarded as the premium quality lah, right? They same it with Shell. Nobody from Petronas. No one. Oh yes, we have one Petronas. Okay, we got some Petronas coming in. Must support our national revenue generator, right? When we don't have money, we always go back to Petronas. Okay, let's have a bit of fun. So also, when we look at the downstream, okay, that's where the refinery, the purify, that's the one that they built a lot of big plants, isn't it? Right, the big plant. But actually, if you take note of it, there are three streams in here, what I call the revenue stream. They are quite important. Now, let's take a look at some of my favorite. This is the part that you guys take a radio or camera to capture what are those stocks that I'll be talking about, or maybe you can just watch this later on YouTube. Now, remember, this video is archived on the YouTube and also on Facebook. You can watch it again and again. Now, understanding this revenue in here, no Sifu, Shell, Petron, Ron 95 is the worst. Okay, I learned something new also. Okay, I always perceive because they have the Ferrari, right? Maybe that is the marketing by Shell. Now, of course, when you look up at the upstream, you have three very big one in here, and these are my favorite: Hibiscus, Velestos, and Sapura NG. Okay, Sapura Energy. That's right, Sapura Energy. So check it out. Those three, and then when you come on to the midstream, you have Serber Dynamic. We all know Serber Dynamics previously. Still rated by SMARTRobie as one of the highest rating. I think 5 out of 8. Check out SMARTRobie if you haven't. It has the fundamental ratings in there. The higher the number, the better in here. But because of the so-called fiasco with the auditor, Serber Dynamic is failing. But recently, the last few days, Serber Dynamic can pick back up in here, touching 40 cents. But would it go back to the old high? Yet to be seen. But we do have Dialog, one of the more long-term fundamental stock. But it is pick up the last 3 or 4 days, you know, excuse me, and also Bumi Armada. And not to forget, oh sorry, you can't see that. Let me just move this up for you here. Okay, let me just move this again. That's right. And up on the top is Hingyuan Refinery. You got Petronas, Petduct, Petgas, and Hingyuan, right? The one with the triangle is Hingyuan, just on top of my head in here. So make sure, take note of that at one. So let's go. And so all those three, number one, it's upstream. Number two is the midstream, and number three is the downstream. Okay, so make sure you note this in here. Now, why the oil prices likely to continue higher? Now, this is very important, and based on what I do understand, the oil surges to the highest since 2014, and this is partly due to the control of the OPEC, right? So the question is, will oil prices go back to high back in 2007? What do you think? Anybody remember what was 2007 oil high or not? Okay, yes, anybody remember what was the oil high in 2006, 2007? Right, type it in there if you know that, right? Ron 97 went up the pergi 10 sen. That's right. Yep. So all the oil prices will continue to go up, but I'm not here to scare you. But like it or not, I do think personally oil prices will continue to go up, because the factor that we have seen from the US FOMC it's about more than 137 ringgit. So I'm going to show you the old history so you all know these numbers. Very, very important that you all know all these numbers inside there now. Miss Chong here asked about EV. We will cover EV in another topic. Okay, today we focus on energy sectors, because why? When the goose is coming to lay the egg, yes, the golden egg, we must take opportunity, right? EV is another goose leg, which we'll talk on another segment. Agreed, Miss Chong? Okay, so if you look at this is partly because what we have seen, the oil prices is actually controlled by this group called OPEC. Now, at the end of 2018, the OPEC members, which is consist of the Saudi Arabia. Now, I'm going to ask everybody, is Russia part of the OPEC? Okay, quickly, don't check the Google, okay? Later, is Russia part of the OPEC member? Yes or no? Russia, OPEC, or Russia not OPEC? I want to test, because right now on CNBC, I was already watching the Russian energy crisis, where Putin is coming in there and threaten this, and Putin is being one of the big boys compared to OPEC. You understand? Because shale gas production has come down a lot now. Why? One of the reason is because Joe Biden is already very anti what we call petroleum. Okay, he's more into the EV, so that's why you'll notice Shell gas producer will not be subsidized. That's right, you guys got it right. Russia is not part of OPEC in there, and that's why Russia will try to negotiate to push up his price higher, but then OPEC will counter. But very important, you notice this one, the OPEC member control 72% of the oil reserves and almost produce 41% of the crude oil production. Now the important date that you all take note is November 4th 2021 is the OPEC ministerial meeting. So we got something like another 14 or 15 days more before this thing comes. So this trend will likely to continue for another 2 more weeks. So right now we want to be looking at this energy sectors in here. Now, important price level, as I said before, this is important. Take note of this, will definitely help you. What are the important ones? 74, 100, and 140. Let's take a look at one by one. Now, the question I always say that, will the oil prices go back high to 2007, which we have it here. You can see this is the oil price. Remember or not, the pain that we have, when we hit this part, we are right here. Okay, at that time, petrol prices are hit 2 ringgit 90 cent. How many of you remember? Was it almost hit 2 ringgit 90 cent? Wow, very painful, man, that part. Right, it was from 190, 210, then 260. I remember it was 2 ringgit 90 cent at this time in here. Right now, I think it's 205. Am I right? Some of you said already 210 already. So another 70 cents more to go. Very expensive. That time had to drive motorbike already. Like my one big car, susah sikit. So important level, okay? This one is now, right now, tonight, we already, during my school college, babak, 2007, you cannot be in school college, babak. Alright, we're having some fun inside. So, remember in 2000, you can't see it. Right now, this is on top of me here, covered by my camera, for my camera in here. We are crossing $80. So, check out tonight on in here. So, first one, we are crossing $80. But, very take note. Now, all-time high of the crude oil was 147 on the Brent crude oil. But this one is close to 140 because I'm using the US oil in here as a benchmark here. Take note, that was all-time high. Now, FCPO hit all-time high today. Crossed over 5,000 ringgit already. So don't think that crude oil prices cannot go high. Right now, we're only halfway through. Okay, halfway through. Kim is right. The US shale oil producer may come in, but take note, with if Donald Trump is running the show, I think the shale oil came in and all prices cannot go up. But with Biden, maybe a different story. We have to see all the development are coming now. Some of you already have comment on the right hand side. I will read in and also price in together in here, but I just want to go on with my presentation in here. Great points you guys are taking off in here. But remember, FCPO prices hit $5,000, so no chance, all right, that this can possibly go higher. Take note of it. And then number 3, we do have a support right now at 74 US dollar in here. Market just broke through in here. It may pull back to 74 and then go up. We don't know, right? All this gonna pen to the 4th of November, the OPEC ministerial meeting in here, and also the target price many of you put inside there, which is the old high that we have in 2010, 2012, 2014. I think it's possibly that the OPEC will target up to $100. We may not reach it, but take note, $80 to $100. How many percent is that? Can you type it in there? $80 to $100. How many percentage is that? That is, right? 80 to 100. That's 20, right? That's another 25% increment. Okay, which means if all prices can get 25%, look at what our market has gone into. So right now, what we have seen in here with so many stocks, which one are we looking for? So I'm going to show you one of the things that we do in Trade VSA, how to do. Definitely right now, the upstream, some of the stocks that we talk about already move up, right? Some of the upstream, those 3, we can take a look at them just now earlier. You remember what are those one? Hibiscus has gone up 50%, right? Valesto, Sapura Energy. Then the midstream, what are the midstream? Some already move higher. Remember, some already move higher inside there. Pink Petroleum, is it listed in Malaysia? Okay, now some are removed higher midstream. Okay, then the downstream can also look into it. So you want to segment them first. which one you're. Now, some of the midstream we are talking about is storage, like Dialog. Okay. What else? Just now earlier on, you'll remember. Type it in there. You can remember. I want to test your memory. Earlier on, Dialog. Can you remember the midstream one? Okay. Midstream. You remember or not? Midstream. Can remember or not? Cannot remember. Okay. All right, midstream. So look at some of the midstream. Some of the upstream has not run up yet. Yup. Okay. Ping is owned by DNext. Oh, okay. Armada and Server Dynamic. Actually, Server Dynamic is not bad, provided they can recover from all the shenanigans, right? Then I think there is some. Hibiscus has run, so you had to wait for some sort of pullback in here. Great. Many of you know some of those stocks by heart inside there. So what we're going to do in here right now is just to update you real money, real trading for our Pentagon trading strategy portfolio. Little bit of advertisement just to update you guys. We have gotten into some good trades lately. So over if you look back in our Pentagon last year, January, December, we made about 106% on the back tested in here. So real money, real trading this year up to January, October, we are up to 12% in here. I'm going to break it down. Now, one of the reasons why we want to do this is that we want many of our members and our public to follow some sort of system to trade this. So right now we are about 12% return so far. Despite what we did, we know we're going to show you where we are in here. So we are still making money, right? Compared to KLCI, which is a minus 2.8% for up to date. Now, if you look back, we have two trade, Pestec and TN Logistic. Again, we follow our fixed rules and we follow the trade what we do. So these are some of the fixed rules we have shared earlier in our Zoom session in here. Some of you may already attended. For those of you, our masterclass member, next Wednesday night, sorry to the public, there won't be any talk next Wednesday because we are doing a member session in here, and some of you who are interested to find out more about Pentagon real money trading would like to join our next Wednesday session in here. Use the number on our screen or WhatsApp to our help desk and say, I want to come and attend as a guest for one of your masterclass follow-up session in here. So the latest entry for our third trade is Heptech. Now you can see Heptech is up 5% since we gone in on the green Pentagon in here, but we really want to demonstrate to you. I know this is a bit small, but just try to bear with me in here. We started at 31,000 in January, because some of you may have known this and follow me in my breakfast show, but I didn't have time to go through this Excel spreadsheet, which is done by one of our coaches in here. Right, so you can see we are at 31,000. So we are in. We did how many? JHM, Southern Steel, MYEG. Some of them we actually cut. Okay, and Maybao. That the Pestec, we started this trade way back in September. That's right, it started in September. Still carry on, and then we're up to 12%. We are right now at 34,000, and we still got cash 10,000 ringgit in here. So we got one more trade to do, and let's see how maybe we end up with the whole year end 20% to keep you guys updated. Now, for those of you who are interested to know more about this, maybe just text us to find out more in here. Now, of course, when we trade this, we use fixed trading rules, right? No guessing, and there's no fear of missing out. We don't do any sector rotation that we do, but if the stocks were to appear when we seen those sector rotation, we would have gotten in, then we have made money much earlier. We are also continuing to come out with another variation of this, which could give us better result using the sector rotation, but this is a plain vanilla version. So if you look into what we have done with our real money, real trading portfolio tracker, we have only done about 11 trades, okay, 11 trades, and we made about 12% return. And usually most trades only last about 3 months. The last one we started on August, so we should end by October 23rd. Basically, this is how we treat it, okay? And then we started one in October, so we got 3 more months to go, and let's see how well we've done. So far, we've done about 11 trades because the market wasn't really bullish, so we don't get in and get out. We don't use all our bullets in there. So with that, you can see our real money, real trading portfolio tracker in here. The scariest part was in August, remember, right? The KLCI also went down, but our portfolio went from a 34,000 ringgit right down to 32,000 ringgit. Very suitable, very easy to trade for everyone else in here. And you can see right now in September, October, it crawled back because the market recover. So whole point is when the market is going down, we stay out until we wait for the green pentagon for the KLCI. So that's how we do it, and hopefully we break a new ground and we continue to grow our remember, in wealth building we need to achieve that required rate of return. Watch out for some of our wealth building workshop that we'll be doing in the coming days in here. All right, so much for that. So now I'm going to go on to what is really needed in the market to do the sector rotation. Number one, you need to know and find out, right, what are the foreign fund flows. All right, so foreign funds are flowing in, yes or no. That is also important, right? Number two, then you need to see which are the sector and how fast they rotate out and rotate in. Now take note, this energy sectors, I already know about it about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Remember early on when I shared with you in here, the hibiscus started to run on 13th of August. So somewhere towards first week of September, we already know energy sectors are picking up only. Only right now when hibiscus pick up, the public knows about it, the press writes about it, the media writes about it, and also you can feel the pinch, isn't it, with the petrol prices in here. So that's why these the weekly comparisons is important. I'm going to show you that. And also the KLC sector index would give you the first mover advantage. Right now we are planning for the next sector if the energy sector is considered diminishing returns, because they are no longer having the first mover advantage. So you need to look for the next sector in here. Then of course, once you decided which are the sectors in here, you need to know which stock to look at. So you want to screen it before it jumps, right? Very important. That's one of it. And then finally, we look at the Pentagon Guider entry trade setup in there to go in. Of course, knowing when to take out. No, a lot of people have then something that I said, no, it's going to go and retest best 147. So you buy and hold. No, you don't do that. You need to know when to pull the parachute. The problem is a lot of people who do a lot of what we call collecting tips. They always collect tips. They always collect stocks, but they do not know how to exit. And that's one of the weakness. Now, how many of you have been collecting a lot of tips? You collect a lot of tips, just type inside there, okay? All right, just type it inside there. Let me know, okay? So it is important you know where to exit, okay? So one of the things that we recommend is our new facelift trader VSA trader dashboard, which we will launch on 6th of November. But tonight I want to do a soft launch here just to share it with you guys in here, how you're going to use it in here, right? So we're going to be using all these 6 options, okay? Foreign funds, giving us a bird eye view, the Bursa sector weekly, the KLSE sector index, looking at the specific stocks. We already know some already run. Let's look at some stock hasn't run yet, and when to exit. All right. So one of the things I'm going to share with you tonight, this is the first time the public is looking, is our Trade VSA Trader Dashboard. This is our new Trader Dashboard. Some of the members in here. So definitely we got a lot of options in here. So this is the market close at 1600 level in here. Singapore is also up 1.5%. Right now the Dow Jones is Dow Jones is open, is down 127 points. So this is a delay feed inside here. We also have the mental boost over here. The 3 months, you can see the 6 months, and also you can see the year to date. This is the KLCI. So you notice the KLCI Bursa in 6 months, we have a nice run here, almost a 1 month. Of course, you can open this up in here. It opens up bigger screen. You can see better. So we have so you can just go to 6 months here. You can see this point has run for almost 1 month. So we still got another, I would say another 14 or 15 more days. Maybe it coincide to the 4th of November. That's the time to bail out. Okay, yeah. Just like here, when you see the red pentagon, that's the part you want to take profit in here. So you just go back in here, come back to here. And there will be some of these interesting tips that we put on. You can also learn as part and parcel in here. And this is what we talked about just now. The first message that we have just now. Let's go back to previously. Okay, is our foreign fund flows. Okay, so if you look from the foreign funds flows, right, we want to use this. So from the foreign fund flows, this is where we have. So you notice early on we have this is a wider 3 months time frame. You can see here, right, 3 months time frame. So you can see the stock, as soon as the foreign fund decided to sell less, you can see, right, this one in here. So by doing this, you can see very easily, very easily, the foreign funds flows actually follow the KLCI index. You can see this is a KLCI index. Outflow is a -1 and this is inflow. This is some of the improvement that we made. And remember, for the existing, those of you who sign up on the 10-10, this will be available to you on the 6th of November at no additional cost at all. So this is really one of the benefit in here. And then if you go, so by knowing the foreign funds will continue to be up, so we will know that this stock will continue to go up too. So also you can see this evening in here are all the stocks. You can also look at the regional market in here, and you can just take a look at right now what are the other worldwide market happening in here. We have Dow Jones. Yeah, Dow Jones is down 190 points, 0.55% here. S&P is down 6 points. Okay, so those are the things you can see in here. And very important, you can see energies really surge. Okay, the other one is plantation, and you got logistic. So you can also see industrial product actually drop. So the up and coming are these industry. Property, finance has dropped from last week, but we have technology. Last week was surging. This week it actually drops. Okay, so the one that really make a big impact was this. But I do think logistic will be the next one. This is where we try to spot the next stocks that is coming out. So we know logistics. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go down to what we call the next one in our list here. Okay, is the what we call the KLCI sector index screener. Okay, we want to know which one is a first mover advantages. Okay, right? So by doing that, we will go on to a KLCI sector watch list. This is the one that we will normally see in here, and we'll have all the stocks. So we just click on here, you will expand out. So once you expand out in here, you can see this is the percentage from Pentagon. Okay, KL Energy Plantation. Now since Pentagon, the energy sector has gone up by 11%. So this one, as I said before, already run a lot. So you can really sort out, and the whole point is what we have the first mover advantages. If you want to get out, we want to go to the next sector, which not many people know about it, which is this one here, 4% from Pentagon, and it turned green Pentagon only 13 days ago. The more recent one is finance. So finance already turned, right? Green Pentagon in here, you can see that finance already. So finance may just turn. Now take a note, energy has turn green Pentagon for almost 14 days already. Remember, usually about 1 month the filler will turn back down. So we use this as our market timing. We use the red Pentagon. So I hope you all like this, right? If you all like this, give me a thumbs up. This is the new improvement that we have. Of course, when you come down to energy, you click on energy in here, you can look at the chart, right? So energy, we also have 6 months, right? And we have 3 months or so. So by looking at the 3 months, you can see this one has moved a lot more. So for the energy sectors to really pull back, we have to wait for it to come back down a bit more. All right, so this market, we wait for a pullback, right? And then you can see year to date, there is still a lot of room for it to go. In March, okay, energy sectors. Now early on, I show you the energy sector compared to the US oil, right? Energy has a lot of room to move back up. You can see the old high that they have here was 990 on the Bursa sector. So right now it's green Pentagon. You still got some room to go up in here. That's a better play for you guys to have it in here, right? And so knowing energy, we know energy. So conclusion, okay? So conclusion, what we can do, all right, let me just type inside here. First, we know the foreign funds, okay? We know the sector index, okay? Which means, you know, energy got another 2 weeks of run, okay, which means we know you got another 2 weeks of run. For most people, because they do not know how to do the timing, they say wait, and thank God. So we know another 2 more weeks. How do we know? We go around to the energy sector, we click here, right? We can see, right, the last run that we have usually about a month. So this one already 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Going back to the year to date, you can see this one in here. The last run that we have, we almost have 2 months of the market. Now the green Pentagon, right, which is here, and it's blue trend zone, and the red Pentagon is the red trend zone. So take note of that one, right? That will certainly help you in your planning how long you want to do the trade. So if you like this, Give me another thumbs up in here. Definitely, this is for our members at no additional cost. You could not find, these are strictly designed for our traders dashboard in here. All right, and again, I did talk about the next sector that is going to be making a move is transportation. Now we notice transportation just break up in here recently. So that's going back to 6 months ago. We also want to take note of the next sector that is going to be moving up. You can see the transportation is all-time high, moving up already all this while. Okay, in here, and who knows, it may go a bit more higher than here. From the green pentagon is only 4% in here. Let's take a look at the other sector, which is finance. Finance just turned. Okay, so you can see finance just turned. You switch to year to date. You can see you still got a bit more room to retest. Now remember, I always said before, finance is the closest thing to a KLCI. If finance were to break out the 1560 in here, our KLCI will hit new high. All right, take note of that one. So we hit new high. A lot of stocks will actually move back. Technology, all right, just turned green pentagon, continue to move higher. So from here onwards, we will know already concluded. Energy has a bit more room to go. Transportation will have a bit room to go. We have a technology stock recovering in here. So a lot of your stocks, those are the market leader, will tend to do so well, much well. The healthcare, we can also take a look at it. It's coming back. You can see healthcare also turned green pentagon, forming up a very nice base here. You can see, right? This is what I talk about, the nice base, and it looks to set to come. So this will actually give you a bird eyes view of over the market. So let me just type in inside there. Okay, then we have the KLSE sector index to know which sector is going to be bullish. Okay, definitely finance. So finance, what we want to do is when we have a finance stock turn green pentagon, then we do. All right, so after we do that, we do number 4. Okay, so number 4, what we do is we go on to, let me just, we know we use the industrial sector screening for the next opportunity. So this is just like these passengers about to get into the train before it start to move up. All right, so this is what we're going to do. So once you get that, we will go back to our sector index. Then what we do is we go on to here. Right, you can make it a bit smaller here. You go to sector and you go to sector percentage gain. That's the one you'll be looking at. So we got a lot more. We don't have time to go through them, but I just want to show you the sector that is important in here. So you want to get down to this screen here. All right, and you can see yourself in here. So this is a sector screener. You can click on this one. It opens up to here. All right. So once it open up to here, and we have energy sectors, we have a lot of the other sectors. So if you're looking for finance, we look at here. So once our energy sectors in here, we want to sort out. Zach had his own way of looking in the market. Like the market has gone up, but 1 month weakness. 3 month has gone up, 6 month gain. So my method is basically I want to screen for those that is in the single digit green. The LT and ST is green. Long-term trend, short-term trend is meaning the monthly and the longer-term trend inside here. So you can see from here onwards, you look for rich energy, okay, rich energy, or you can look for Valesto, okay. So from then we look at Valesto. Okay, we look at the daily chart. You can see Valesto just turn green pentagon only. Okay, Valesto turn green pentagon. That's something you want to be able to look at. Okay, what is the next one? So you can see this is how we zoom back in. Okay, now the big one already run is coastal contract lah. That one already run. Hibiscus, Armada. These are the purple we don't choose. All right, so we choose the one that is green with single digit. Of course, I'm not go down to the smaller details. These are the one that we cover in our members training. Okay, but for those of you who want to, this is the way. Dialogue, you could see, it's minus. Let's look at dialogue too. Okay, you can look at dialogue in here. Dialogue just turned green pentagon in here, right, and starting to move back up again. I think dialogue is one of the very good fundamentals, all right, in here. And you can check out the SMARTRobie for all. You can go over to the dialogue. You can go into financials here, and you can see the statistics or just an overview. You can see dialogue pays a 1% dividend, PE of 29 times, still a bit pricey, but have an earning. And take note, you can see the income statement, the profit margin, even on the quarterly basis, right, are holding up at about 26% in here. And remember, with the surging oil prices, this will make a very good impact to come back in here. So after we have picked that, okay, now we can take a look. To me, TH Heavy, Sumatec, 1201. So Sumatec. Okay, Sumatec doesn't look, oh, it's already no more be trading already. This one close shop already. MBH, okay, 5186. MHB, Malaysia Heavy Engineering. Yes, you can see, right, this one shot up at 20%, right, 20% in here. Now has a pullback. The trend, remember, this is the auto line. Now all this package, you can try it out in here. Later I'll talk about the free trial for those of you who are interested to have this, and check it out in here. The market surged back up in here, right? So you can see there, that's how we found one more good trades in here. Of course, there are Barakat already fly already, Charimin already fly. So we want to look for Dialog. I think we've seen there. Petra, we can look at Petra also. Petra seems to be flew that. RL, Reservoir Result 0219. Okay. RL. Yep, you can see this one hasn't broke out yet. So the whole point is that we are looking for stock that hasn't break out yet, okay? And of course, if you already have those energy stocks, you can rotate out. And if some of your energy stocks hasn't moved yet, perhaps you can use some of the ideas that I talked about here. So for number 5, I will just write in here. Number 4 is use the industry screener to look, okay, for energy stocks that hasn't moved yet. Okay, for example, we choose green and green columns, which is the ST and LT columns. Okay, so we make sure we have that one, so we're able to narrow it down and before it goes a bit higher. So that's number 4. Let's go on to, is it okay for me to go on? If it's okay to go on, just type 3, okay? Because I want to show you some of our members, and later on this one, if you like this checklist for our sectors, do let me know, because when we talk about the follow-up, you can use this too, right? All right, okay, so let's look at the next one. Right, next one we have here is the Pentagon setup. Yeah, the Pentagon setup is basically our trade VSA setup in here. You can see the last round, this one goes up, okay, and you can see we got in here. Yeah, you can see this one. Yeah, that's about a 17% return. Yep, a 17% return to here. Who knows? This is just a beginning in here. Now also take note that what I could talk about the upstream and the midstream. So after you find out about Reservoir Link, which also has exposure to what we call the renewable energy, okay, make sure it is exposed to the energy sectors in here. So to find out about that, you can always go to the website. Heng Yuan has searched a bit. OVH T7, okay, can take a look at T7. T7 Global. T7. Now you have to, be a bit brave to buy those that people are not talking about it yet. You can see T7 is actually breaking up in here. So make sure you check it out which one is a midstream and upstream. Now if you want to be in the middle part and have a bit of exposure, I think my best guess will be Dialog, because Dialog is still trading below the big moving average in here and waiting for it to break out. Who knows, As I said before, if you think oil prices is going to go back up to the old March that we've seen. How do we know the old March? You can go back to here, go back to our so-called screener. We have the Ksci screener is actually here. So you can see right here, back to here, because it's just below here. The energy stocks are here. You come down to here and you look for energy. Click on that one. You can see, yep, this is the 6 months. So you can go switch it back to year to date, or you just open up here. It's the same thing. You can just see the same thing too. Okay, so the energy sectors in here. So if you look at year to date, you can see we still got a lot of room to go up. You can see right here to 990. From this, another maybe 25% of it to go higher. So that's how we do projection how much this stock can go up. So that's how we want to write it. We know the period, we know the percentage, and when we get it, that's our parachute. Remember? Okay? So I already told you how to do it. We sort of give you it, but of course, in our member session that we do a lot of Q&A, that's where we want to train you how to use this more effectively using the tools inside there, right? And every night it's basically like going fishing, all right? I'm sure many of you would like fishing in there, all right? So let's go on to next one. I talk about the energy sectors in here, all right? So the last notes that we want to talk about, number 5, is when to exit, okay? Now we know when the energy Bursa index hit 990 or USD, all prices okay, all prices hit $100. So that is our first exit. Okay, so a few things. We look at the macroeconomics, we look at the trade setup, we look at the exit strategy, we look at the Pentagon. So everything is done very, very scientifically. So I hope you all like a little bit of my sharing in here. Of course, this one in here, if you like a copy of this file, just let me know. I'll get send it out there for you guys, right in here. Now let's move on to what I have for the remaining of our time. So what's in store for the trader in the energy sectors? There are 3 points I want to make it up for today. Definitely the rising inflation. Now remember, the US FOMC has decreased the bond buying year end, which means on the 3rd and 4th of November, this announcement will come out whether they're going to taper off from 120 billion to 80 billion or 65 billion. Point number 2, the travel and leisure sector surge has moved up. So take a note. So the other energy, the other sectors, which is actually consumer, again, use the KLSE sector index to look for those stocks before they have the first move. What we call the first mover advantage in here. And COVID cases 19, new cases may spike too. Just keep in mind on that one. So number 2, what's in store for the trader is that your tolerance. How much risk can I take? Do I want to buy higher and hope to sell higher? Do I want to buy a bit lower? And what is your capital allocation for your trading period in here? Now this trading period may be very short. We do not know how fast you run up to $100 or it's going to run up to the $140 in here. Try not to have this thing is going to run forever. Please do not do that. Market will take a turn on very, very good news. Remember, the smart money uses this. So it's such that it's important for you to allocate for your education and tools to learn the 2022 wealth building opportunity. Go and check out our event page. As the oil price higher, we're going to have some a special program in the coming November to address how I will share, and some of the coaches share the wealth building opportunities if you're interested to build wealth for 2022 for all those opportunities if oil prices were to go up a bit higher. And then number 3, short term or long term. What is in for you? Do you want to wait and see first it hit $100 or you want to get in, or do you want to learn about having the skill and have a chance to use the tools? But I do know some people have learned from taking tips and using tips that was given by Sifu. They have learned the painful lessons of relying on this such individual, right? But it's always important to share with you the skill and the long-term gain that you will get. Okay, so it's such that we are offering 1 week free trial for our trader dashboard in here, right? Definitely those of you who are interested, right? So if you want the 1 week free trial or you want to start your subscription in here, just type I want, okay? I just type I want on the comment there, or PM me on the section I want, and then my coach senior Zach was going to contact you and make arrangement for you to give you the 1 week free trial, okay, and ways how you can get onto that one. All right, so if you want to use that free trial, what I've just shared with you in here, I've just shown you only 10% in. There are a lot more things we haven't shown you in there, and definitely okay. So don't forget, this coming Saturday we will continue our talk to how to find multi-bagger stock that will increase by 10 times in the KLSE, okay? In the KLSE, as I prepared that, all those, so make sure you let me know. And of course, our trader VSA trader dashboard that you've seen before are available. You can purchase off from our website. For those of you who came in on 10/10, congratulations in there. You will definitely find more of the installment payment is available. Okay, now remember, we also have a lot of watch lists, which I now talk about. All our screener and watch lists will be available at no additional cost. And of course, many of you who continue to use our services and listen to us, we thank you for your generous and honest feedback. We have 400 of them, and we're having very close to 4.8 star. All right. And not to forget, do give us a review on our Google store in here, and that's a number. All right, for those of you who want to get the free trial trader dashboard, 010-266-9761. All right, many of you say, I want. Great, thank you. And for our members who already have it in here, do contact Zach, and we will give you a sneak preview. You can use it sneak preview if you are already existing member in here, but we will officially launch on the 6th of November, because we're still testing out some of the new features that is available, right? New features including intraday alert. That's right, the new thing that is coming up in there. Okay, many of you already said that I want. Now we're going to take some questions tonight. Okay, we're going to take some questions tonight in here, so you can use the dashboard or any question you have. Now, what are the stocks tonight? All right, thank you for your kind free trial that we are doing. So this one important, free. This is what you have. Okay, so just going to go back. Oh yeah, one of the things I demonstrated you was a video. We got a lot of we have 4 portions of the video. We have the tutorial, intro, foundation 1 day. So if you look at the tutorial how to, so we have all our videos here. SOS, SOW, all these are here, so you can watch them. You can zoom them up. Then we have another one, beginners video. We have the beginners video here, right? Technical analysis. So all our videos have been archived. Really educational. As I said before, we believe if you get the full education, it will help you for that purpose. Okay, here are some questions in here. Sumo revision, blah blah blah. Okay, how is AirAsia? Will it go higher? Okay, let's take a look at AirAsia. Okay, will it go higher? Let's take a look at AirAsia. Now, I think AirAsia still got a bit more room to go, because the economy is not the part that we've seen so far. It could retest back at least 150. All right, I would hold it first. Okay, and the question is, did you get in at the green pentagon? If you got in the green pentagon and you have used this precisely, follow to a T, you at least be 40% in the money. All right, that's why we keep saying it. It pays dividend to follow the green pentagon. Just like we shared with you before, our fixed rule pentagon trader, we are up 12%, real money, real trading, real account in here. All right, and we at one point we were about 31,000, going to 35, 34, but we're making money steady. Don't have to be emotionally driven. Everything is been taken care by our fixed rules. Okay, if any more questions, we'll take a few more questions. I want to end on time, and we want to take thank you for coming tonight. Of course, our lesson will continue on coming on our coming Saturday. So if I don't see you, then I'll see you on Saturday. Yeah? Okay, let me just take this down again. I just want to share with you here. So if not, I'll see you on this coming Saturday. So make sure you registered at our event website. You can go to tradevsa.com/event, or if you go over to SmartRobie, you will see the sumo method. That's something I'll talk about this weekend. So with that, I end the night, and thank you for your time. I do hope that you'll learn something tonight about the few key points to watch out for the energy sector, the oil prices, the date of the OPEC, and some of the stocks that hasn't moved yet, plus those stocks has moved up, so you don't get into the trap of committing the beginner's mistakes. Thank you. Bye bye. Of course, we will continue with our Friday breakfast show. It's just that today I had a medical attention that I need to. So I'll see you on Friday morning, and then on Saturday. Bye bye.